Hi there, it's Shell, and today we are continuing making ephemera to put in our stash, or in my stash. But you can join along. We are doing a series on just building our stash. That way when I do my junk journals, I can, kind of zoom through them maybe a little bit faster. So today I'm going to show you how to make these teeny tiny envelopes. Very simple. This one starts with a base of 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, use my, I'm just checking some of my scraps if they would work, but I'm going to use manila folder. And that's perfect. And this is at 3 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to cut it down to 1 1/4. So see if I can pull my stuff over and get that cut down to 1 1/4. And I mean, I guess I don't have to right now, since I already have mine cut, But what I did is, this is just my base. So we're going to work from that. And then I went and I know I need a square that when I fold it will be the size, will kind of work out the way an envelope does. So what I have discovered is, for this envelope, or for this paper, is we need to cut this down to 1 3/4 square. So I don't have any of those cut. So let me go ahead and just cut one, and I'll show you how. Actually, I'm going to cut 2 of them. Because I have a couple of techniques I want to show you guys. Okay, so it's really simple. You can do a whole bunch this way if this is the way you want to go. So what I have discovered is, you want to just take your little template and you want to just put it approximately in the middle. And if you have a line, things line up so much nicer if you have a line, because then you can just line your little points, line there, 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 and there. And it's just easier. So I just kind of eyeball where it is. And if you have the dexterity and stuff in your hands, then you can do that. You just want to hold that down. Go ahead, fold it. This is pretty fast, pretty simple. And go like that. And there's our envelope. Go ahead and just cut it. And you just want to cut the little joins. So we're just kind of cutting out the little pieces that folded. And I did have a hard time getting these perfect, but that does not bother me, because as long as they look nice when they're all put together, I'm okay with that. So let me show you. So then I do like my envelope punch board, which is right here. And I haven't tried it with my corner rounder, but I do like this just to round the top and the bottom, kind of give it a finished look. See, it just rounds the top and the bottom. So, and now I'm going to show you how to use, oops, I think I have something jammed in there because I have noticed that the last 2 times, I've kind of had a little mess up right there, but you can just trim it and that works fine. And then you can put it together with a little bit of glue, and you have a pretty good looking envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it using the envelope punch board. You can't use it for the way that it was intended, but I think it might be easier as long as you have the correct piece of paper. Now this is a 1 3/4 square, and just line that up. You can't punch it because it takes out way too much paper. So just line it up to the 1. You can't really see that, but let me kind of bend it. See, there's a 1 right there. So you're just going to line that up, and you're going to score. The score will not go all the way to where you need it to, but that's okay. Then you're going to flip it, and you're going to line it up to 1 1/4. And it does not line up, you know, like the way it's intended, but I did, you know, try to figure out a way to do it using this punch board if you wanted to. Then it's going to be 1 and then 1 1/4. So it's just every other one is either 1 and 1 1/4. So, and I don't know if you, yeah, you can see that. See where it has the scores? Let's see if I can turn it over. You can see the big, but they have them on all 4 sides. Sorry about my band-aid. I wasn't paying attention, and I have a gelatin cutter, and I kind of cut my knuckle. Okay, so, but you know, it kind of gives you a start. So I just went ahead and start where that score is, and then you can go ahead and fold the rest of it down. And I found that that worked pretty well as well. So again, you know, you're not going to be able to get them all uniform. Actually, I have one more way to show you guys. I've been kind of messing with this today, and you know, I came up with this design a couple of journals ago, and I'll show you how I used it in the book because I still have that journal. You know, it's not perfect. Like on this side, it's a little bit off there. But, you know, as long as I get the desired look when I'm done, I'm happy. So I'm going to try this again. I don't see any paper that is stuck, so it could be user error, I suppose. I would not be surprised. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then the other way, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I have tons of envelopes that I have made. So I just made a whole bunch of them. Some of them I've already put together. Here, look, and some of them I didn't. Now this one, it's a little bit smaller. I'm just going to tell you real quick. But what I did is I still used 1 3/4, but I mismeasured. And so what I measured at, instead of the 1/4 inch, so it would be 1 1/4. So I went to the 1/8 inch, and it makes it closer together. So I have a smaller envelope, a little bit different size. That works just as well. And if you can get little, you know, tabs like that, write them down, put them in, you know, a working notebook, maybe that you're going to put all your little pieces in, to remember to play, to kind of like a sample notebook. Then you can write your notes there and have all kinds of things that you can refer to. So I had all these. Let me show you. And another way that you could do it is to find one that you think is really good. And you could trace it, you know, on like maybe a manila folder. And then you could use that if you're okay with fussy cutting. You could just trace it all out, fussy cut it, you know, however you want to do. It's really wouldn't be that hard either. But I did keep this one. I thought it was a pretty good you know, it's almost perfect, I think. It's a little off, I can see, but that doesn't bother me. And I may go ahead and use this as my template, but I do want to cut it on something sturdier so that, you know, it's not going to fold and stuff as much. So there's 3 different ways for you to get your little envelope, to get a template. So let me show you what we're going to do with these now that we have them. Of course, I'm sure your mind is going crazy because you're thinking, oh, there's so much I could do with those, and I would love for you to share what you're going to do with these little tiny guys. So what I need is, of course, my distress ink, and I am going to kind of fold this. At first, I was kind of doing the outside, and I'll show you. You know, you turn it around like a typical envelope, and you could certainly do that. But the way I've been using them is the part that you see is, you know, this side, the open side. But I have so many ideas. I think it'd be really cute to put, that's the one I wanted, to put a love note or something in here. You could certainly just kind of use them. And we're just going to kind of play around with how, you know, we would use them. So let me grab my glue. See if I can't find my stick pin that goes in it. And then we're just going to kind of play with these and see what we can come up with. So I was just having a lot of fun this morning. And I'm making this early. I mean, earlier in the week than what you guys are seeing it. So no, I didn't get up like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I do, but I didn't make all these at 3 o'clock in the morning. I made these earlier in the week. If I have a chance, I try to make my videos a couple of days in advance. But I was just enjoying these so much, making these. Okay, I think I finally got this. And then what I do is I just put a touch of glue on the sides. And then just glue it down. I'm using art glitter glue. I've used this for many years. Oops. And my pen looks like it's getting bent. Okay, sorry. Okay. There we go. So I just put a little bit of glue. I try not to put too much because I don't want it to close my envelope shut, you know, by seeping over. So I do this, and then sometimes I'll just open my scissors, or, you know, just something flat, just to make sure that nothing has seeped and it hasn't closed my envelope. So if you wanted to, you could certainly just stop right here. I'm going to show you in this journal I made a couple of weeks ago. I guess it was a few weeks ago. And this one is in my Etsy store right now, but I want to show you guys what I did then. So this is how I used them. And then I just put little tiny cards inside of them, little journaling spots, you know, for each one, little hearts, coffee, and then I just used it as a text spot. So I thought we'd make one of those. And if you're interested in seeing what I have in my Etsy, the link is below, and it's Shell Bears Creations. So I just want to kind of mess around. We are going to say we're going to make a belly band like that one. And I have some really cute ideas. What I did too is I like to use pretty much, you know, the neutrals, and I like to use different styles. I don't want all my envelopes to look the same, but I want them kind of more natural, I guess. And, you know, that works pretty well. So what I want to do is, I think I'm going to make my belly bands about 5 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me go ahead and trim that down. Just to kind of give you guys an example, a couple of examples of how to use these. I'm sure you guys will come up with so many more ideas that I never dreamed of. So we're going to do that. I still have some eyelet left from the other day. And I am just going to turn that the right way. We're going to put some eyelet there because, you know, I just like to add, I am really like a mixed media girl. I like to add different textures, different items, things like that. I think it's just fun. So what I do like to do though, and you could probably easily make them work if you wanted to just glue them together. Like say you wanted 4 of these maybe, 4 or 5. I would do 5 because that's, you know, I like the odd numbers or whatever. But so mine's going to be 3. But you could make them work so that they, you don't have to use a backer, I guess is what I'm getting at. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on. It's going to give us a little bit of interest and dimension. So I'm just going to try that right there. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this little ephemera embellishment series. I've noticed many new subscribers, so welcome to my channel. Hope you guys stick around. And thanks for all of your comments. I've had some really nice comments and just some fun, you know, enjoyable people. I love to get to know who my subscribers are. And I think I'm going to go ahead and sew because I do like that look also. This is on paper, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down real quick. Not too much glue because I'm going to sew it. But I think sometimes you just kind of want to bulk up, especially if it's a belly band and it needs to be a little bit sturdier than what it is. And I'm going to sew through it. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to have any issues. So I'm just going to just touch it just to kind of take off any of that lighter color. I'm just using, this is actually a cardstock that I made some doilies out of. Okay, so I'm just going to use straight stitch. And I'm going to sew down 2 edges on both sides of our, sorry you guys can't see that. Let me move some stuff. Make it easier for me as well. Okay. I'm just going to sew right down using just a straight edge, or straight stitch. And since I doubled up on it, I can go ahead and do the back stitch to lock it. And I really like that look. I think it just kind of adds to it. You know, when you add a few different textures. But, you know, I think we all end up finding exactly what we like to use and how we prefer to do things. Okay, so that's good for this one. going to just kind of pick out 3 of our little envelopes. You know, just kind of see. One idea I had, and I think that would be really cute, is I made tons of these little doilies using a die that I have, and I have an electric die machine. If you're interested in that, leave the, and knowing more about it, leave it in the comments below and I can put a link for you. But, you know, sometimes it's nice just to use up what you've already, you know, what you already have. So I'm going to attempt to cut this down to about 2.5 inches, which is about half. So I've been thinking about this for a couple of days, and I thought, wouldn't that be cute? Like that, just something, you know, that's kind of peeking up, because that would be so cute as a belly band. So I'm going to go ahead and just give that a try. I didn't cut it perfectly, but that doesn't bother me too bad. And I just, like I said, I just used this die and some kind of tan or cream cardstock that I had in my stash. As a lot of you know, I used to design clear stamp sets, and now I have tons of paper and tons of, you know, things for making cards. So, and you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and sew this on, just to kind of add a little more layer and a little bit more stability. So I should do that. I should do that so it's more correct side up. So I'm just kind of eyeballing. I need to bring this over a little bit, kind of where it would be. And since I have that little lip of the eyelet, it actually fits in there pretty well. It's just hard to get under that eyelet. There we go. I like that. And you know, this could certainly be used as a pocket, you know, like at the bottom of a page, to be a tuck spot, whatever you wanted it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through as well, just really quick, and right around on the edge of that. I'll hold it in place and ensure that it doesn't come off. Sorry about the reach. Okay. There we go. That's cute. Yes, just an idea I had, and I had these eyelets, or these kind of doilies. You could use pre-made doilies. That would be cute as well. They might be like thinner quality than these, so you may need to, I don't know how you would do that, but show me what you do in the comments. That's an easy fix for me. Okay, so I don't know, I think I'm really gonna like this. So what if we did something like, say, 3 down here? I don't think 4 will fit. And then maybe we can do some kind of decoration up in here and use that for our things. I'm just going to go with it and just kind of play and see what we can do. I thought I would just make, you know, just a couple of them to give myself some ideas of what I could do, and you know, see if I like what I'm doing. Here I am just using my art glitter glue. I've used that for years. May have already said that, I can't recall. I tell you, when you get old, you don't remember what you're, you know, I'll be 50 this year, but man, I sure feel old. Okay, that is so cute. Okay, so let me grab a page to kind of show you guys how I would use this. This is about a half sheet. So I would use it maybe like this on a page, and then you can just kind of figure out what else you want to do. But let's go ahead and decorate this one up so you guys have a really good way of, you know, something to kind of, what am I thinking, to fall back on, you know. Okay, so I know that my little, let's see where my little template is. I know that they were 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. So I'm just going to cut some envelope down, or some coffee dye paper down to about 3 1/4. To put in our book. Or in our envelope, sorry. And then let's find just something like this and just see what we can do. You know, I like the other textures, things like that. I am just going to just trim it so that I know it will fit in my little envelope, and then I'm just going to fold it. You know, you don't have to spend a lot of time, you know, on your little inserts. You can easily just kind of make something quick here. And so it's ready to go. So I am going to round the corners, and I'm using the 1/4 inch on my corner rounder. I just like that when they're, you know, really tiny pages. This is just a coffee dyed ledger piece, and that will go in one of our things. You can journal on that, or whoever ends up with these. If you're doing a journal to sell or something, you know, you can just stick these in there so people have more journaling spots. Now here I cut it around 3/4 inch, and it's perfect to use up your coffee dyed paper. Again, I'm just rounding the corners, and then just because I like it, I'm going to go ahead and coffee dye around, or coffee dye, put some vintage photo around it. I'm not going to pull it apart or anything. I just want it, especially when you kind of start opening the envelope, you can kind of see that, you know, it has a little something right there. Let's see what else I can stick in there. I have, you know, I have used different papers. What's this little guy? Will he fit? He's a little bit short, but you know, you can certainly do that. It doesn't have to be. But you know, just think about what scraps you have. These are perfect, especially, you know, to use your scraps. So nice. I think that's going to work. So let's go ahead and trim that. It doesn't really have, you know, the colors I'm using, but sometimes you want to pop, you know, just a little pop of color, and you may not even see it, but when you pull it out, you will. Okay. That's cute. Okay, so now I have some other ideas that, look in my die cuts here. I try to put all my die cuts kind of, you know, in one area, especially little teeny ones like this, you know. say we want to decorate this, and you know, you want a flower on the front, you could certainly do that. Let's kind of decorate this maybe with blues and muted blues maybe, and cream. I think those are about the same size. That one, and maybe with a blue in the center. That's kind of cute, so let's do that. I think that's one thing that makes it so nice is, you know, taking and spending a little extra time on what you're doing. But if you have the background done, say you just made a whole bunch of these, or even just plain belly bands, just a strip, some lace maybe, and some the envelopes already put on, then you can do the decorating, which I think is the more fun part. Whenever you have a chance, whenever you know what you're going to do with it. So I'm just going to glue these down. I'll tell you, this glue dries so quickly. So let's say we're going to glue those down there. Let's do the other one that matches that one on the other side. And then right here in the center, do this one. Let me go ahead and do this one first. And I just kind of made it a little bit off center so it doesn't like cover everything up. And just a little tiny, like that. And I don't know, but does this make anyone else think of like a sunrise? You know, it's just so cheerful. Oh, I think I forgot to put the right die side. I put that one upside down. But you know, I do like to use my distressing, make it a little bit more muted. So let's add, I have an idea. So I think these would work. These are some like flat back pearls that I got, and I think I got these on Amazon. I'm pretty sure I did. And I'm just going to use, let's use cream for all three of them. And you guys know I have cats, so I try to make sure and close things as I go, because otherwise I'll have an issue. I think there's like 5,000 of them. But I think, you know, just putting these on here, really cute. You know, another cute idea for these, and we'll make one really quick. Let me kind of finish this real quick. But I think you could put like a little key on here. But isn't that turning out so cute? So I really like that. And where's my paper? You know, you could put it as the center, you know, for a belly band. That would definitely work. And I'm going to come back later, I think, and put something here so this video isn't that long. But I'll probably put, I'm thinking maybe some lace, maybe some book paper cut in a circle or kind of ripped. I think that would be cute. And if I get that done, I will put that at the end of this video. So, you know, I'll make that my plan. So I'm going to set that aside, and I want to show you another idea really quick. Let me grab. Sorry. I didn't pull these earlier, but This was another die that came in our my set of dies that I used, and I have a huge stack of dies. If you guys could see it, I tell you. But this was in the same style, the same batch. So I was thinking you could definitely put one like this. Let's see what I can find here. So I kind of like that, and we'll just kind of make a circle. I'm trying to give you guys just a couple of ideas, you know, so that you're like, okay, I have these, now what do we do with them? And I mean, these, you don't really need a whole lot of ideas because, you know, they're so versatile. You know, I think that's really kind of fun. And, you know, you really don't have to add them to anything. But, you know, you could put them on the kind of borders that we made, or the pockets or the belly bands that we made yesterday. I think, you know, they would work as an addition to anything else, and they really don't take very long to put together. So let's just say we're going to put this in the same book. So we want similar colors. So I'm just going to glue that down. I just kind of made sure it was about in a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's use this one because we're going to do, you know, no, let's not use that one. I want something different, you know, on the back so that it doesn't kind of clash or blend in too much. So I'm just going to use this one. I think I'm just going to put it straight up and down. I love coffee dyeing on this ledger paper. I think it's so pretty, and I love the dimension and the different designs it has. So I'm going to do that. Super cute. Okay, need a thing, like I say, you know, say we're going to put these together. Let's go ahead and find a couple flowers. Most of these flowers I did with just simple punches, and you know, of course, you know, you can decorate these as much or as little as you'd like to. Whenever, you know, it just depends on how much time you want to spend. Some people really like empty junk journals, and some people really like to deck theirs out. Just depends on what your preference is. And of course, if you're, you know, working in a junk journal, I think these would be fun also. So that's cute. I'm gonna put that right there. Actually, let's do that a little bit different. Let's put it on the bottom. Just on the bottom, two little petals. Put them right there. To make sure my little thing doesn't stick. There we go. And of course we'll need a little gem on it. Let's go for this darker color. That's kind of pretty. And we'll put that right here on top. Like that. And then we're going to turn this into a, let me find my paper clips. I really need to put these in a different container. They're kind of hard to open. Okay, I'm going to just let that dry just for a minute. It seems, you know, you can slide the lip of the envelope thing in easier once it's dried. So we're just going to look on the back. I am just going to grab some, I know I have something I can use. If you can see this pile over here on this side. You guys do that, you kind of spread it all out. And you know, I've been doing this series, so I kind of want to spread out and enjoy myself. And I've been doing that all week long. I'm surprised my husband hasn't yelled at me and said, okay, you need to clean up your mess. You know, you guys know what the struggle is real when you're crafting. Okay, so I'm just kind of, I cut off the corners. I just want to make sure that it doesn't really peek through on the other side, you know, because you can see through it. And let's see, I want it to look nice, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And like I said, we're just going to make this into an envelope. So go ahead, or a paper clip, go ahead, put your paper clip on the backing paper. Use the small side, so if it would have went on the other way, I would have flipped it, because I want the small side to be sandwiched in between this little and then I just glue that down. You can use hot glue. That would make it go much quicker. I just don't have my hot glue gun plugged in right now. But, you know, if you're going to sit and make a whole bunch of these, then, you know, kind of get your glue gun hot, ready to go, and kind of do an assembly line, which I talk about often. So, and then this, sorry, it takes a little bit, but we're just going to fit that right in there like that, and I think that is absolutely adorable. It needs something. What does it need, you say? Okay, now I'm just being silly. But it needs a word or a saying on it, because a lot of my things do. So let me grab my little book, because I don't see it right here, and grab that, and we'll finish this up. Okay, so here's our book, and I went to my scraps of ribbon and lace and stuff, and I found this blue, and I think this is going to add just what I was looking for. So I just need it about that far. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of put it like that. I think that will be really cute. And I want a saying, but I don't want it to be too big. So I'm just going to find, you know, a fairly short saying. Let's see. I haven't been on this page yet, so let's just kind of see what we can do. Let's do this one. It's not that short, but it'll work, and it says best day ever. And you know how fun. And since this is an envelope or a paper clip, then you can move it to whatever page in your journal you want to. So that's kind of fun. And if you have a best day ever, you can put this at the top of your page, and I think that'll be really cute. So let's just kind of see how I want to do this. I could put this down here with trying to figure out how, you know, I just felt like this needed some ribbon. My thought was to get ribbon, you know, big enough that my saying would go over it, on top of it. Let's just see. Can I make it work? But you know, again, just get out all your scraps and just play. Okay, I'm going to cut this down. I just think it's going to be too big if I don't. I thought it would work, but sometimes that happens. So I might just put this under here and put this on the top. So let's do that. I think that'll be really cute. Just going to put some glue there and just kind of put it up just a little bit, like right there. But I do like the idea of moving it around, you know, in your page and in your book. I don't know why I just felt like I needed that. Do I need it up here? Yeah, let's put it up here. Most days this is how mine goes. Will this work? Will this work? And then I'll put a little journaling card in there. So I really think that turned out cute. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one. And I'll be right back to share with you guys how I completed it. Okay, so this is how I ended up finishing this off. I put a piece of music paper behind some lace that I kind of cut in the same shape, you know, that was there, the inside of the doily. I put a key that has some ribbon on it and the word embrace the journey, as well as some little stones in the center of each of the whatever those things are called. And then I also put one here and one here, and these are flat back pearls that I picked up on Amazon. So I think that turned out so cute, and I'm just going to borrow this book right here, and just to kind of show you how it would, you know, look in a book. So maybe you would put it in like this, sorry, like this, and then you could put a tag or something in it. You could slide it all the way down and use it as a pocket. So I think that is so adorable. And then this other one, we just made that into a really quick paper clip, and you know, you can use them as a set or not. It just is up to you, whatever you want to do. So I think it turned out so adorable. So give this a try, let me know what you think, and come back tomorrow for another embellishment video. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. And we will see you in the next video. You guys have a wonderful day.